The Falkland Islands are located in the South Atlantic Ocean and are home to a population of almost 3,000 people. 10 of the UK's overseas territories have yet to legalise same-sex marriage, including the Falklands. But could this year see a change to this? As an outsider researching about LGBT rights here in the Falkland Islands, I have actually found that much of the information available online is quite ambiguous. However, last January, the Executive Council of the Islands asked the Attorney General to make an amendment to the law to allow same-sex marriage. However, that was over a year now, so why is this taking so long? I decided to meet with the island's Attorney General to find out why it's taken over a year to introduce same-sex marriage to the Falklands.
There are loads of areas where, if you wanted to look at it, we just don't keep pace. I think there must be 4,500 lawyers in the UK government, probably more. We've got 8. And it's just a question of spending the time both to develop the policy so we can write the law correctly and then get on and write it. And there are a whole number of areas where, frankly, we know we need to update the law and we haven't got there yet. But this is one of the ones that we're hoping to get to early in the new year and in the life of this Parliament.
So from this, can LGBT people in the Falkland Islands be seeing a change in the very near future then?
I think the short answer is we're a long way behind where we need to be. There seems to be popular support to change it. We probably should have got on with it before now, to be very honest. We are hoping to bring forward a paper with draft legislation early in the new year and perhaps make us even more attractive as a place to come in the Falkland Islands.
That sounds incredible. Thank you very much for talking to me. So 2017 should be seeing change for the LGBT community here, with the introduction of same-sex marriage coming in the near future. However, what I'm most interested in is finding out about what life is like for LGBT individuals here, and to find out whether this passing of the law is going to reflect a more liberal Falkland Islands. So hello Julie, thanks for seeing me. When did you come out to people of the Falklands?
Probably when I returned in 92, 93, when I came back to the Falklands. I was already out. I came out in England.
And when you came back, what were the general attitudes towards LGBT people here?
Back then it wasn't too good.
Did you ever face any discrimination, like where you were working? What sort of stuff?
Yeah, we did. I did experience discrimination in the workplace on a couple of occasions, but that, to be fair, that was dealt with very quickly by the bosses of that. I was working in casualty at the time in the hospital, and another staff member told me that if she ever had to have a call out for any member of family, that I was not to be one of them. I was not to be the person to go, because she didn't want any of her family to have AIDS, which I found absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, because obviously there was no knowledge of AIDS or how it's actually contracted. So.
And coming up to the present day now, would you say attitudes have changed for the better?
Oh, massively, yeah. And I returned again in 2012, even more change again, and more acceptance and more young people coming out because they feel like they can, it's great, and that's the way it should be moving. Growing up here, even if you knew you were different, you certainly couldn't say it. You certainly had nowhere to go or anyone to talk to. So I think it's hugely important that they have that support system.
So Julie has witnessed some significant change here in the Falkland Islands, and it's great to see that young people have Bittersweet as a place to go to discuss, well, being gay. However, I'm also really interested to see the perspective of younger people in the LGBT community, and that's who I'm going to meet now, a young LGBT couple, and if I'm lucky, I might get to see some penguins. So how long have you guys been a couple for?
We've been a couple for just over 3 years.
And are you both originally islanders?
I'm originally from here. I was born in Stanley, but Gem's from just outside London.
Yeah, and I got here in September 2014.
Oh wow, so did you move down to Beaver Valley?
Yeah. Just took a punt, really. Moved 8,000 miles away.
Would you say there's anything different about being an LGBT couple in the Falklands than it is in the UK?
you know, with any sort of like reduction in population, like here, you're going to get a sort of difference in not attitudes so much, but sort of like general culture, I think. But generally we haven't really faced any sort of different behaviour than we usually would in Brighton, so it's quite good for that, really.
It's difficult for anyone in the world to come out as gay. Do you reckon it's easier now for people to come out in the Falklands specifically?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when I was younger, I think every gay person is kind of scared of coming out and everything. But coming back here, at first I was a bit scared, but of course everyone's so welcoming, no matter who you are, no matter what you are. And, you know, it's been no different from anywhere else, I wouldn't say.
Can you tell me some of the positives you faced here from the community then towards you two?
When we talk to people here about sort of gay rights, and people tell us that we should get married a lot, and we often say like, well, we can't get married here yet. They're often really surprised by that. So it's quite nice seeing like people who they're so unprejudiced that they, you know, just can't even see why gay people shouldn't have these sort of rights. You know, that's really refreshing, actually.
After my initial research, it may seem that the Falkland Islands are slightly conservative towards LGBT rights. However, the people here are anything but that, and although the laws are seriously lagging behind the UK, the changes here should make the islands more inclusive of everyone, regardless of your sexuality.